Hello everyone, I am Karen Crow Weinstein. This is show number 161, Events with AIs and Mr. Donald Trump and the war in Ukraine. Let's start with the war in Ukraine. You asked about military consequences in Ukraine. I'm going to talk about that first. I want everyone to know I have seen how you're fighting the battle against Russia. I have a suggestion. Now that you split it in half, the red areas where Russia is, and I've noticed that you went halfway between the two sides, creating two sides of the Russian force, military force. What I'd like to do is that one side that you now split in half, split each side a half. So you're going to create the boundaries, the energy, the location of the war to be in quarters. So you went down the center, come back out and have between the two sides of the one that's most to Croatia and the other side. So you're going to split them and you're going to have quarters of the war on Russia. You could do that. So now you have them in front of 8 places. You could do it. That'll really shut them down a lot in the war of Ukraine. So as long as we have plenty of military, cut the whole area into quarters. That's what I recommend. As far as artillery, I'm not familiar with that. But I do like the idea that you did go in and split the Russian army into 2 parts. Now let's split it into 4 parts when you can. I want to talk to you about artificial intelligence. It's becoming more and more popular. They're embedded in our Earth already. Did you ever wonder why most of Egypt is under sand, underground? That's the only way they could stop the army that was being led by artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is an entity that takes over a body that has no soul. That AI entity goes into that being, human being, object, entity, takes over. So now you have an entity in there, and now how are you going to eliminate that entity out of that body that it's using to fight with? And it's very hard to have them, I can't say end the entity's life. It's the best I could put it. And the way to do that is they put the sand over everything, and any entity that was in that military person, soldier, will either be stuck there or it will leave that soldier. The entity will leave that soul, and that's how you stop these military events happening in the war or all other places. We will have to come up with an idea that if one person is there, has a negative AI, artificial intelligence in it, we have to come up with an idea on how to take one soldier and end the entity's lifespan. So we have to come up with that when it's individual, one-on-one. As a whole, just put lots of sand over them and cover them up and never let them re-enter our planet, into our area, into our country. So that's the story of that. So you, the to cover the rowboats can be stopped by to cover them in sand or concrete. There is a place, I don't know where it was, near, I think it was near Egypt, I'm not sure exactly, but you could see rows of soldiers. And then you found them, and you showed us half of it was cleared, so you could see that soldier is not moving because it had sand over it, and the entity, the AI, artificial intelligence, could have stayed in the body of that soldier, or the others could have left and will come back once they're cleared of sand. So what I'm saying is do not have these soldiers be free, be opened up into life. And then it's very difficult to put them to an end. Robots are already being used. We need to figure out a way to stop that one robot, and then you could understand how to eliminate all robots that are doing negative and are not controlled by negative energy to take away lives and fight in wars. So please do not release them. Don't uncover the sand around those say petrified soldiers. So that's what I have to say about AI. We need to stop using AI around the average person's home. Many of the items in the home that where AI is attached to, beware. We need to find a way to put that an end. We have to end AIs going into stuffed animals or other items like that. We need to have better control over the entity taking on the robot or entity. Let's change to a different topic for a moment here. This topic is going to talk about Mr. Trump. You are doing the people, soldiers, police officers, FBI agents, CIA agents, all people. I understand, and what he has done to our country, it's hard to say whether it's good or bad, but we have more integrity than that. Mr. Trump, I am ashamed of you, acting as a president. And I'm not Democratic or Republican sided. I look at both sides, and I interpret what is to be done for the best of our country and our countrymen and all other countries. I am ashamed. You cannot go and take a helicopter and use the blades to put wind and disperse people, our own people, in that war when you were president. You put war upon war of the people. You didn't bring people together, you separated them and put them apart. This is America. No president, no high leader should ever do that to our countrymen. Never, ever put ways of hurting people. For example, the police that are on horses. There's people who were in a roadway near the Capitol, near the White House, and people protested kindly, gently. They were getting their point across. Mr. Trump, you told police officers on horseback to run them down, go push them, disperse them, run over them with the horses. You didn't take into consideration everyone's well-being. This is America. We have a right to protest. A well-behaved, under control, non-violent action I'm upset at what is happening. I never expect America would do this to their own people, especially when you were president. You ought to be a leader of righteousness, and you did not show that at all. For when the people were, I'm not going to call it rioting, but I call it protesting. We have a right to protest as a whole, to come and make awareness of the average person's needs. Joe Biden, President Biden, he met our needs, poor people's needs. He brought this country to a better, higher place. He did work with what I felt needed to be done. And he answered my call request to improve and how to improve the life of us ordinary people. One more thing, people, Mr. Trump, I am embarrassed by your example. All of your power plays that you did to people, that cannot happen. I do see prison time for you shortly. We have to punish you so no other president does this to our people, my people, your people, our people. You went too far, Mr. Trump. Now you have to live with the consequences. You knew better than that. I did not want this to happen to you, but I have to allow it to happen. This is the will of the people. This is the will of the people. You're a danger to my countrymen. I am ashamed of you. And I think the rest of the country feels the same way. Mr. Trump, you did us wrong. No one can help you from the future, or what's to be. A president is a leader who is righteous. Well, that's what I have to say to you at this moment, at this time. I will keep you posted on items. I like seeing things on TV or in the newspaper, and I will make all my decisions from what I see in the media, and I will help you. And you could email me anytime you like, as you do, to describe what is going on in this country and all other countries on planet Earth. Thank you. Peace. 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 Thank you.